Do you know what the witching hour is? Legend says it's 3 a.m., the time when the veil between worlds is the thinnest, when the ghosts come out to play. I used to be terrified of waking up at 3 a.m. I'd lie there, staring at the ceiling fans spinning, whoosh, 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 just praying for the sun to come up. But lately, I don't pray for the sun anymore. I just listen. Because for the last month, my internal clock has been waking me up at exactly the same minute, every single night. I roll over, squint at my phone, and there it is, the glowing green digits. 3:33 a.m. Not 3:32, not 3:34, 3:33. At first, I thought, okay, my bladder is just synced up to a weird schedule, or maybe it's the garbage truck outside. But then it started bleeding into my day. I'd go buy a sandwich for lunch. Order number? 3:33. I'd pause a podcast right at the moment the host said something profound. The timestamp? 33:33. It felt like the universe was stuttering, like a scratched record. 3, 3, 3. So, being the obsessive person that I am, I decided to stop running from it. I decided to turn around and ask it, "What do you want?" And the answer I got, it wasn't what I expected. It wasn't about ghosts. It was about voice. Let's get technical for a second. Let's talk geometry. 1 is a point, a dot. It's lonely. 2 is a line. It connects 2 points. It's a relationship, but it's flat. It has no shape. But 3? 3 is a triangle. It is the first number that creates a structure. It's the first number that takes up space. It's the first number that becomes real. When you see 333, you aren't seeing a random number. You are seeing the energy of creation. But here's the catch, and this is the part that hurts. Creation isn't always pretty. Sometimes creation is violent. Giving birth? Violent. A volcano erupting to make a new island? Violent. Writing a book that exposes your family secrets? Yeah, that's violent too. When 333 stalks you, it's usually because you are holding something in. I want you to be honest with me right now. Nobody else is listening, just us. What are you swallowing? What words are you choking on? Is there a book you've been writing in your head for 5 years but never put on paper? Is there a business idea you talk about when you're drunk but ignore when you're sober? Is there a "I love you" or a "I quit" that is stuck in your throat like a fishbone? 333 is the Heimlich maneuver. It's the universe trying to punch you in the gut to force that thing out of you. I realized this the hard way. See, I work a corporate job. It's fine. It pays the rent. But I have this thing inside me. I want to paint. I know, cliché, right? The corporate drone who wants to be Picasso. But I haven't touched a brush in 10 years. Too busy, I said. Not practical, I said. And then the 333s started. I remember sitting in a boardroom meeting. My boss was talking about synergy or some nonsense, and I looked at page 3 of the handout, paragraph 3, line 3. And suddenly, I felt this heat. It started in my stomach and moved up to my chest. My throat felt tight. I felt like I was going to scream. Not a scream of fear, a scream of frustration. I had to excuse myself. I ran to the bathroom, splashed cold water on my face. I looked in the mirror, and I saw it. I saw a person who was dying of silence. That's what 333 is. It's a warning label. It says, "Caution, contents under pressure." If you don't open the valve, if you don't let the steam out, you are going to explode. You see, the number 3 represents the Trinity: mind, body, spirit, past, present, future. When you see 3 threes, it means those 3 things are trying to align, but they can't align if you're lying to yourself about who you are. You cannot have a healthy mind-body-spirit connection if your spirit wants to be a rock star and your body is stuck in a cubicle 40 hours a week and your mind is telling you to play it safe. That's not alignment. That's a civil war inside your own skin. So, what do we do? How do we stop the haunting? We don't banish the ghosts. We invite them in for coffee. If you're seeing 333, your to-do list just changed. Throw away the list that says do laundry or pay taxes. I mean, pay your taxes, please, but that's not your priority right now. Your priority is expression. I don't care if you think you're not creative. That's a lie. Humans are creative by default. We invented fire. We invented jazz. We invented memes, for crying out loud. 333 demands output. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It just has to be true. Write the angry letter and burn it. Sing in the shower until your voice cracks. Paint a canvas entirely black if that's how you feel. Tell the person you have a crush on that you like their face. Just get it out. Because here's the secret, the thing the love and light crowd won't tell you. Unexpressed creativity turns into poison. It turns into bitterness. It turns into anger. That 3 a.m. wake-up call, that's not insomnia. That's your unlived life banging on the door. After that day in the boardroom, I went home. I didn't quit my job, not yet, but I went to the basement. I dug out my old easel. It was covered in dust. I squeezed out a tube of blue paint, and I just moved my hand. I didn't paint a sunset. I didn't paint a bowl of fruit. I just made a mess. Blue streaks. Chaos. It looked terrible, but God, it felt good. And you know what happened the next morning? I slept until 7 a.m. The 333s stopped appearing on every receipt. They still pop up now and then, mostly when I'm starting to slack off, when I start hiding again. It's a reminder, a little nudge from the universe saying, hey, remember the triangle. You need all 3 sides. Don't flatten yourself. So, my friend, if you are seeing the 3s, don't look for a meaning in a book. Look for the silence in your life. Where are you too quiet? Where are you playing small? Where are you pretending to be a line when you were born to be a triangle? Speak, create, build. The world is waiting to hear what you have to say. And apparently, so are the angles at 3 a.m. Go make some noise.